Oklahoma is a populous state and doesn't like interference in employer-employee relations. So from a political standpoint, it's best to leave those decisions alone. So if a hospital or a healthcare provider or any other employer wants to require a vaccine, Oklahomans don't want that to be stopped, nor do they want to mandate that happens. So that it's not like we're following the Biden administration's lead either. Decision makers within the Republican Party are having very real pressure to move numbers on this, but it is split. It divides Republicans. And so with a purely political hat on, I would tell Republicans to avoid this issue. It unites Democrats and it divides Republicans. And so Republicans, from a political standpoint, they should not entertain discussions here. As I mentioned before, the political vulnerability here is among those senior citizens that tend to vote Republican on other issues, but they are the most concerned about COVID issues, want to take the most precautions. And so there is a risk of those Republicans, those senior citizens, changing their voting habits based on this issue. While this is a partisan virus, I've talked about that before, where it drives things, it does reshape the alignment a little bit, especially with those senior citizens and their greater concern about COVID than others. That's what I would say is a group that's a vulnerable part of the normal Republican constituency. As you'll notice, among senior citizens, we actually have a higher percentage, 30%, that want a requirement, that support kind of the Biden approach to requiring employees be vaccinated, as opposed to staying out of the issue here. And this has become a little bit of a challenge for Republicans in electoral circles, because I think that's one reason why we see the difference with seniors. They're the ones who their friends, their peers have been most affected by this. And so I think we do see the devastation of the disease reflected in some of these numbers.